If I were to say that Bitcoin was down today, I would say that it was down in value. However, the cryptocurrency is beginning to rise again. Look at this on the big board. Do you remember what I told you? Don't forget about that Bitcoin. Bitcoin bubble stands out because it is clear and easy to understand. There's no limit to who can join, no matter how much they know about crypto or how new they are to it. Guess who is watching us now? Robert Kiyosaki is the author of the best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad. We'd also like to use this chance to thank everyone who put their trust in us. The best part is that it's free and we read all of them. If you sign up now, you'll get all the new information for free. Stay ahead of the trends instead of just following them. Sign up for Bitcoin Bubble right now and enjoy the new edge. Let's talk about these things and more in this film. Let us go over here and see what's going on with the markets before the market opens. This is the SP 500 or the ETF that tracks the SPY. We can see that this is where the market closed yesterday and where it is now. You are just a little bit higher on the morning practice. Once more, the bank gains are making things a little better. You can see that we were down a little bit overnight at 4 a.m. But this is how markets usually work as early morning pre-market trades turn into late morning pre-market trades. There's a trend for prices to float higher. Again, what you see there means that small buyers can start to buy. Most of the time, their traders give them permission to start to move in around 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and 8 o'clock. They do this and start buying the market up. On top of that, it seems to be working lately, right? Remember everyone that we talked about the slow move? The slow move with a price goal of $6,100 is here. We'll look into that. There's a possible target there. Then there's the 6,000 even number, which again we unconsciously think of as an even number. Once you're close enough to an even number, things tend to move in a straight line toward that level. Something feels off about those even numbers. Yes, we all like numbers that are even. It's like the big 60000. So on CNBC, Bloomberg, and Fox Business, the pom-poms come out. They really enjoy pumping that. It's pushed by the media. For the most part, it gives the market one last boost before it goes down. Guys, always keep an eye on those charts that show even numbers. Okay. Some other things to talk about if we look at the SP daily picture again. You can see that this was our old hinge point again. We went up, kissed it, pulled back, hit it, they broke out. And then look at how you hit it here, bounced it, hit it here, and then went up. That tells me that this level will be very interesting to watch. As soon as the SPY trades below that level, which is around 565, you can start to expect a bigger drop. But as long as we keep this line. The next goal for price growth on the SP is $6,000. To be fair, let's take a look at the SP and see how far away that is right now. We are only 2.5% away from $6,000 right now, and we will use our measuring tool to get a correct number. It's not a big move at all, but it's still not clear whether this means a long-term shift in the trend or just another rally that will be stopped by opposition. Bitcoin has had a hard time breaking above important support levels for 7 months now, and the $65,000, $66,000 range is proving to be another tough spot. BTC hasn't closed a day above the trend line of the descending channel yet, even though the price hit $66,300. This makes it unclear whether the rise will continue. The rally was helped by activity in the futures market, where short sellers had to cover their bets as BTC went up. During the price move, both open interest and funding rates went up, which showed this. Crypto options experts say that buyers are becoming more optimistic. For Q4, there is more interest in call options with strike prices between $75,000 and $100,000. This shows that people are becoming more sure that there could be a breakout by the end of the year. Resistance is still strong even though hope is growing. Bitcoin buyers should be ready for more price changes because sell walls in Coinbase order book could stop a clear breakout. Analysts say that a rise to new all-time highs is still possible in Q4, but traders should still expect the market to stay in a range for now. Bitcoin's recent rise is encouraging, but it faces strong support that could stop further the gains if bulls can't keep going. Bitcoin had a lot of technical backing at the pivot line, and it stayed put. Then you got to the top and had this area, and this area, and this area, and this area, and it broke out. This is making it more and more clear to me that this is your upside goal. Does this mean you can't get through 68,000? You couldn't, but you should expect there to be some kind of stabilization or pullback at that level. But you still need to beat 68,000. The bigger breakout will happen if it goes above 68 and stays above this downward sloping range. We are now talking about a much bigger breakout that could take us well above the all-time highs, maybe even towards 100,000. This would be the end of this long holding pattern that took us back to the all-time highs, which were around 74,000 in March or something. Okay, let's be fair. I always try to see the bright side of things. That's your positive case. The simple negative case is that all of a sudden the stock market goes down, which pulls Bitcoin down with it. To say it again, that's been my theory for a long time. Bitcoin is only at risk when it comes to risky products. The price of Bitcoin will drop very quickly and hard if risky assets like the stock market start selling off. The stock market is way too expensive right now. So for those of us who might want to buy more, that would be great. However, let's just keep an eye on the levels on the chart, which are 68,000 and 74,000. Also keep an eye on the SP and Nasdaq stock markets. Those are the keys. Anyway, let's quickly move on to a few more charts. A quick look at gold this morning shows that it has been trading flat all day and is still below my key level. For new players, remember this level. I'm just showing you how I find it. It makes me happy to show and teach you this. On the monthly logarithmic chart, the most important point is between the bull market of 1980 and the bull market of 2011. Here's where the price has stopped moving. If we zoom in on this, you can see it. Also, that's a great trend line. Now let's turn off the logarithmic chart and go to the silver chart. When we look at the daily chart again, silver is flat for the day. I'm still looking for a chance that it could go down to 29 before it starts to rise again. By the way, there are a few things I see on these charts. Let me go over to them again so I can draw them for you, okay? But what we really have is a M top possibility right here, an A that tells you you could go down there, and the possibility that there's also a shoulder right here, a head and shoulder. Okay, it's no longer started. But the point is that both of those trends are bad for silver. That's why I still think silver will at least come back here. I've been wrong before and I'll be wrong again. But when it comes to odds, remember that I live in a world of odds. A lot of the time when there are multiple pattern forms, the price will eventually come back to this wedge pattern zone. This is a good time to buy silver. Okay, let's quickly talk about oil. I'm still short on oil, but I'm in the money very nicely. Guys, we had this beautiful drop in oil. Sometimes when I'm short, I love seeing these kinds of dips. But you can see oil breaking down again. I even said in yesterday's game plan that this was probably going to move up to $50 a barrel by 2025. Also look at this drop today. I'm deep in the money. My score with members of Smart Money Commodities is up over 10%. So cool on that trade right there, even though it's still under a lot of selling pressure. Last but not least, natural gas prices are slightly up today after falling sharply yesterday. I know I've told you guys this before, but we just want to remind you that this level